Hello everybody, welcome back. Right, today I've got a gorgeous little square that I've designed. I had a few goes with this. I originally put a popcorn stitch, but I'm not a big fan of popcorn stitches. I'm not sure how they feel. So I replaced it with a 5 wrap puff, and it just gives me enough texture. If you like the popcorn stitch, then you can replace this, and I'll show you when I get to this stage how you can replace the puff with the popcorn. So I've done this in all in one color, but you can do the centers, the center flower a different color. You can also not do, I finished off with a single crochet row. You can also not do that if you don't wish. Obviously bear in mind it will be a little bit smaller. If you need a smaller square for whatever reason, this one is measuring, let me just double check. Yeah, this one with the single crochet is at 3.5. So if you don't do the single crochet row, it will be about 3 inches. And if you need a smaller square for whatever project you're making, then eliminate the single crochet. But if you want the bigger square, if you want to join onto blankets or make other projects, then I would do that. The other option is that, depending on what you want to make, do the single crochet in the same color as the flower. But I've just shown you here this gorgeous sweet little pattern, and all in one color. So I will continue to do one in one color, and I'll show you how to make this. You will need DK yarn, lightweight yarn, number 3. I've got another type of pink here, sort of a more deeper pink, and you will need a 4mm crochet hook. But of course you can make this in any yarn and any hook size you want. So if you went for a bigger yarn, then obviously the square will be bigger. So if you like the pattern and you want to make them bigger, and you've got chunkier yarn or bigger yarn, thicker yarn, go with the recommended hook size for that yarn, and your squares will be a lot bigger. So I'm going to push this aside. It's mainly double crochet, half double crochet, single crochet. So if you know how to do those stitches, then we can begin. If not, I do have individual videos listed. You can go and have a look at those, practice those, and come back here. Or I will show you for the first time when I'm doing the puff or the double crochets and single crochets how to do them. Right, and you can slow the video down in the settings option. It's the little settings wheel and playback options, and slow it down from there. Right, the whole square before I begin is 5 rows, but if you are making the one without the single crochet, it's only 4 rows. It works up in no time, and it's so pretty. Right, I'm going to show you this. I've got a whole load of patterns that I've been making up, and they'll be coming after this, but I've just made this, so while it's in my head I will start this one with you. Right, we need to do the magic circle for this to bring that center in really close. If you're not a big fan of magic circles, you can do the 4 chain and then make a loop with the first chain, but have a try. Grab the yarn, bring it to the front, and put it to the back. You can use one of your other fingers just to hold it. Put your hook under that first one, grab that one, and then just hold your work here. Once you've let go of everything, that's the yarn that you will use to tighten up the ring, and that's your working yarn. Immediately chain 1 to lock in that loop so we don't lose it. So it's not that hard. I do have an individual video for this as well if you want to practice. Okay, so chain 1 just to lock in the loop. We want to place 8 single crochets into the loop. So to do the single crochet, go into the loop, pull up into the ring, pull up a loop, put the yarn over your hook like this, and pull it through both of them. Single crochet. Show you again. Go in, pull up a loop, pull the yarn through, single crochet. You've got 2 single crochets there. We need 8 in total. You take your time if you're a complete beginner, and pause me if I get to the end before you. Two, 4, 6, 7, and 1 more. 8. Now you can pull this yarn, the small one, and it closes up the circle really nicely. This is why, especially for flowers, it's the one that I like to use. Okay, so there's your first single crochet. Go into both loops there with your hook, push it through, might be a little bit tight. Bring the yarn through and do your slip stitch and then pull it through the one on the hook. There's your first round, 8 single crochets. Next, chain 1 and into the same space where you joined here, this one here, get into there and do a single crochet. So put your hook in, pull up a loop and pull through the 2. Then you want to chain 2. Once you've chained 2, we are now going into the next stitch. This is where you can now place your popcorn stitch. Now if you want to do your popcorn stitch, it's 5 double crochets and then you let go of the last 5 double crochet, put your hook into the first one and grab the loop from behind. If you're not familiar with the popcorn, I'm sure there's tutorials out there. I have done the popcorn before somewhere on another square. But I'm going to do the 5 double crochets together, which make this puff. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop and pull through 2 and leave it there. You've got 2 loops. Yarn over, go in again, pull up a loop, pull through 2. You've got 3 loops, but you've got 2 double crochets. You want to do 5 of these. Go in again to the same space, pull up a loop, pull through those first 2, 4 loops. Your 4th double crochet, pull through the 2, you've got 5 loops. Can you see the 4 double crochets? 1, 2, 3 and 4. We need 5. So what you will have is this original chain on here, which is at the top of the chain 2, 5 double crochets, 6 loops on your hook, pull through all 6 and then immediately chain 2. Try and keep this a bit tight, okay? Once you chain 2, go to the next stitch here and do a single crochet. Now can you see it's curled up? That's what the puff is, but we just pop it out this way because that's the top, okay? Chain 2, after the single crochet, go into the next stitch and do your 5 double crochets together. One more left. 6 loops, pull through all 6, chain 2. Go to the next stitch and do a single crochet and pop your puff up out this way. Chain 2, there's going to be 4 in total. Go to the next one and do your 5 double crochets together. One more, all into that one chain space. Pull through the 6 loops, chain 2 nice and tight, and then go to the next stitch and do a single crochet. Once you've done your single crochet, chain 2 and then go to the very last stitch, which is right here, and do your last puff. Which is 5 double crochets together, and you'll have 6 loops. Pull through all 6, chain 2, and you want to join on that single crochet. Remember we did a single crochet in chain 2 before we did the puff? There's the single crochet. Put your hook into there and do your slip stitch. And that's round 1. Looks a bit peculiar at the moment, but do not worry. Now at this point you can cut your yarn and change your colour if you want to do the remaining square in a different colour than the flower, okay? But I'm going to carry on with the one colour. So you've slip stitched, just chain 1. Now we want to go into these spaces here, right next to the little mini circle in the middle. So bring your hook right down to these spaces, these little holes, can you see? You want to do a half double crochet. Now I did try this with a double crochet and I didn't like the way it looked. So half double crochet it's going to be. So yarn over, go into that space right there, pull up the loop and pull through all 3. Then chain 1 and go straight into that space again and do another half double crochet, which is pulling up the loop, but you pull through all 3 in one go. So you're creating this little V here in this side section. Chain 2, and if you turn your puff over, can you see there's the big loop, and then you've got that first little chain that we did. Go into there. It's not difficult, it's just because I'm using through the camera. You can see all these coming into this. Just go into there, both loops if you can, and do a single crochet. Chain 2. So we did the V, chain 2, single crochet on top of the puff, chain 2 again. And now we're on to the V again, which is half double crochet, chain 1, half double crochet. So yarn over, go into that little space. I'm trying to show you, so my fingers in the way, you won't be able to see, right here. Into there, pull up the loop and pull through all 3. Chain 1 and do another one in the same stitch. Chain 2, go to the top of the puff here, right here, and do a single crochet. Chain 2 again. We're doing this side here. It's, well, it looks like it's the side, but it's not. That's going to be our corner. Half double crochet, chain 1 and half double crochet. If it helps, just pull your work aside for now. Once you've done that, chain 2, turn your puff over, go into there and do a single crochet in the top of your puff. Chain 2. This should be our last V here now. So yarn over. We're not going into the stitch, remember, we're going down here, right to this section. That's why I think if you did another colour as well, it will look nice, because we're drawing that colour into the flower. Half double crochet, chain 1 and half double crochet, chain 2, top of the puff, single crochet, and then chain 2, and we are going to, there's our half double crochet, chain 1 and half double crochet at the top there, do a slip stitch on top of that first half double crochet, and that's round 2. I'm stretching it this way, but it's actually going to be, this is what I like about it, because there are the corners, but the flower isn't in the corner, it's alternated, which is what I think is really pretty. Yeah, I like it this way rather than it's sitting, you know, corner to corner. It's sitting this way. I'm sure you know what I mean. Right, okie dokie. Right, so fine, go slip stitch into that chain 1 space, which is between the 2 half double crochets right there. Then you want to chain 2 and do 2 double crochets. To do the double crochet, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2 and then pull through 2. Do one more, pull through 2 and pull through 2. Chain 2 and now place 3 double crochets back into that same space. Our corners are 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. But for this first one, we're using the chain 2 as one of them. Now, there's the puff, and you've got this chain 2 space and this one that we did from the previous row. Again, I experimented with this. I tried a single crochet first, but I didn't like the way it was slightly dipping down. I'm trying to get it as straight as possible, so the half double crochet for me works better, but you can experiment. So yarn over for the half double crochet, go into that space, pull up the loop and then pull through all 3. Do one more in the same space and pull through all 3. Because it looks like a peculiar shape, this is what I meant about we're placing the corners there rather than there. So in the next chain 2 space, go in and do 2 half double crochets. Now we're into a corner. So the corner is 3 double crochets, go into that V and place 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and 3 double crochets. You see, I think the half double crochet. Can you see, even with the half double crochet, a teeny bit, which straightens it out with a single crochet row if you are going to do that, because obviously there it's dead straight when you put the single crochet on. But if you're not, I did try this with a single and it didn't look right, so here we are. You've got your 2 chain spaces here, place 2 half double crochets there and 2 half double crochets there for the side. Even though it doesn't look like the side, it is the side. You can see it's forming now, the square. Back to the V, straight into there and do 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. Two half double crochets into the next space and 2 into the next space. Last V here, right there, go into there and do 3 double crochets. Do slow me down if I'm going a bit fast with the crochets. I'm working this way, assuming that you know how to do a double crochet now. It's really hard getting the right momentum. You don't want to speed so much that the beginners are just lost, and then you don't want to go to a place where the intermediates or the advanced want to make this square and they're just bored and all they want to do is just fast forward to get to the bits that they need to get to. So last 2 spaces, half double crochet and 2 into there, 2 half double crochets and slip stitch to the chain 2, which is here, not that one because that's the top of the double crochet. Just slip it into there, slip stitch into there, sorry. And that's your teeny weeny gorgeous little square. Now, like I said to you before, if you want to do a single crochet row, all you need to, I'll just show you the first corner, which is chain 1, and you've got your 3 double crochets here. So just go into the very first stitch where you've joined. Make sure you put 3 there, 1, 2 and 3. Single crochet there. The next one will look a bit funny, but it is a single crochet there and single crochet on the top of that one. And the corners are single crochet, chain 2 and single crochet. You will work 10 single crochets, and then when you get to the space, single crochet, chain 2 and single crochet, 10 along here, the corner, 10 along here, and then when you get to this side, because you've done the 3 here, there'll only be 7. Make sure you don't put 11 here because it'll just go wonky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you slip stitch on top of that first single crochet. I'll just take this out for now though. And these are my gorgeous teeny weeny squares. Well, they're not that teeny. 3 inches I reckon this is, but they're really sweet. What do you think, guys? Like I said, if you don't want the puff, basically the puff's a gentle version of a popcorn, in the sense that there's different levels of texture that people like. Sometimes people don't like anything that's, you know, too 3D, but they still want something, and I think the puff is the better option for them. But if you like your work to be really popping out, then go for a popcorn stitch. Okay guys, thanks for watching. 19 minutes on a little square, but I wanted to make sure I do take my time to try and explain things to you properly. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and please do subscribe, like and share, and give these ones a go. Let me know how you get on. I do try and aim and reply to most of my videos. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.